What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be reviewing Daredevil Season 3. Now, I know I'm a little bit late on Daredevil Season 3 on my review. I've been, like I said, been busy with work and kind of just catching it 2 or 3 episodes. I couldn't binge watch it like I wanted to, like I initially planned for. But I finished it yesterday and I just had to have like a day to digest it all. And with that, I just wanted to start off by saying Daredevil Season 3 takes place right after The Defenders, when Matt Murdock, Daredevil, gets caught with Elektra and the building comes down on them and everybody presumes that Daredevil is dead. So it starts out where Daredevil is, he's beat up, he's hurt, and then he heads to this church, and this church is, in season 1 and 2 is where he goes to kind of give his confession. I know he's close with the priest, and it's just a very interesting aspect because he's there. Then like, I want to say like the first 4 or 5 episodes, he is so beat up and he's so hurt, but yet he's fighting every episode. I'm just like, dude, you're already beat. You're not really healed all the way, but you're still just always wanting to fight. And I want to say Vincent D'Onofrio as Wilson Fisk, aka the Kingpin. Oh my gosh, this dude crushes it every time he is on screen. And they couldn't have depicted a better Kingpin than this guy. I look at this guy, I'm like, Vincent D'Onofrio, yeah, dude, bald head, menacing, tall, big. He's the Kingpin. He's the Kingpin in my eyes. And that's why I look at him, I'm like, dude, you play the Kingpin to a T. When he got to wear his white suit with the black, like his absolute Kingpin look, man, he's the Kingpin. And some say that season 3 was better than season 2. I want to say it's a toss-up, but at the same time, I believe season 3 is better than season 2. I really love season 2 because it had the Punisher in it, and I feel like the Punisher did an amazing job in season 2. But season 3, phenomenal, and they explore the aspect of having Matt Murdock be Daredevil only. After all that, season 1, season 2, it was just Matt Murdock, lawyer by day, and then Daredevil at night. This season 3, is just like, no, all Daredevil. I'm Daredevil only. And it gets kind of towards episode 8 or episode 7 when he's kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna start being Matt Murdock a little bit. I don't want to be, but it has to go a different way about it. And he kind of be Matt Murdock for a couple of times, and then he's just like, no, it's all Daredevil. Interesting story plot about season 3, that he's finding out that the nun that was taking care of him is actually his mother. And Matt Murdock is just in pain, dude. He's just like always upset, always angry at the world. It's just like nothing is going right for him. So he's just like, yeah, that's just my story. That's the story of sorrow. It's the story of my pain. And I'm gonna just be Daredevil, and whoever is in my way, I'm gonna kick their ass. And most of the time, he gets beat up a lot. Like, this dude gets beat up a lot. He's not healed properly or fully, so he's always getting beat up. And I'm like, he's on a quest for vengeance strictly just from Kingpin. Especially when he heard that Kingpin got out of jail, he was just like, oh no, I gotta beat him up. I'm gonna kill this guy. I'm like, he's ruining lives. He's ruining my life. I'm going to kill him. And I like the character plots, especially Dex, especially Bullseye. When I watched the original Daredevil with Ben Affleck in the movies, you had Bullseye, and he was just an Irish guy or Scottish guy, I think, one or two. And then you saw Colin Farrell plays him as Bullseye, and then it's like, okay. But they didn't really go in depth of how he became Bullseye. He was just Bullseye. And season 3, you got to explore the backstory of Bullseye, which I was like, this is phenomenal. He is a great enemy. Like, he is a great arch enemy to Daredevil, because think about it. A guy who doesn't miss, period. Anything he can get his hands on, he can project it at the target where he wants. And it doesn't matter where he can ricochet off of different stuff, and he's going to hit his target. And I'm like, that is a lethal enemy to have, And I knew, in the beginning of, I want to say like episode 1 or 2, Wilson Fisk is getting out of jail, and then you seeing all the FBI cops just dropping. And I'm like, it's just target, boom, 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 boom. Like, he's just hitting his target, headshots, and then it ricochets and then hit him in the head. I'm just like, that's Bullseye. Dang. Like, and find out that Bullseye's an FBI agent. I'm just like, I like where this is going, because he's gonna flip, and he does that. A great episode, I think episode 5 is when Bullseye takes the Daredevil suit, and then he's fighting Daredevil in the newsroom, and he's just, anything in the office, it's a projectile. I'm talking, he's throwing staplers, he's throwing pins, and he just like, and Daredevil's like, geez, he's like hiding behind stuff. He's kind of like turning his head. It's like, whew, it's like flying right past him. I'm just like, dang, dude, like, who would have thought that anything in the office could be such a projectile of a thing to kill you with? And then he finally throws scissors at Daredevil, and it ends up pinning him. And I'm just like, dang, dude, like, dude, you are a real menacing enemy. And I really like season 3 because it got to explore the backstory of Karen, you know, who is played by Deborah Ann Wall, I believe. I saw her in True Blood, and I think she's a phenomenal actress. And they got to explore Karen's backstory of how she got to New York and how she became who she was. And I wasn't expecting that at all, you know. And then when they got to the church scene where the church is all red, I'm just like, I'm pretty sure Karen's about to die. I don't want Karen to die. I like Karen Page. She's on her job. And I'm like, I don't want Karen to die. But I just knew when Bullseye came in that church and had the projectile of the staff thrown, I just knew that Karen was dead. But instead, Bullseye throws it at the priest. And Matt Murdock, Daredevil, is pissed. Like, dude, you killed my mentor. But at the same time, you know, Daredevil was so upset with his, you know, the priest and the nun, that finding out that, yeah, the nun was his mom the whole time. So I know he was pissed off Bullseye did that. And Foggy, I loved Foggy this season because he had a little bit more screen time than the first 2 seasons, because the first 2 seasons, it was just basically, okay, yeah, you know, we know that he's Matt Murdock's friend. He finds out he's Daredevil, and wasn't a lot of screen time for him to kind of mature as a character. And I feel like this season, he got to mature as a character. You got to see a little bit more screen time for Foggy. He's running for DA, and, you know, he's with his girlfriend in a high-rise apartment, and he's used to the money. And then I loved his character maturity in this season. Got to see his family, and, you know, his family owns a little diner in Hell's Kitchen. So I got to see that interesting backstory and how that intertwines into the season. You know, he's like, I'm trying to do it by the book. I know Matt Murdock and Daredevil is my friend, but I'm trying to do this by the book. I don't want him out there trying to kill people, you know? And I'm like, so I like that interesting story arc for Foggy, and it just came all together at the end. And I was kind of looking at the end where, of course, Kingpin breaks Bullseye's back, or, you know, left him, you know, paralyzed or whatever. And then the doctor's operating on him. I really forgot that guy's name. It was like, yeah, he's like an arch enemy, probably setting up for next season. I'm not pretty sure if Netflix is going to have a season 4, knowing that Disney just bought the rights for the Marvel Netflix series. I'm not too sure if Netflix is going to have another season, but I would like so. And if so, then please, for next season, incorporate Punisher in the next Daredevil, but it yet to be seen, I guess. Overall, I give season 3 of Daredevil a 9 out of 10. I was thoroughly enjoyed. Every time I watched 1 or 2 episodes, I wanted to keep going. I wanted to keep going, but I just had no time, and it was just making me upset because I'm like, I got to get it done. I want to watch it. Also, the agent Nadine had a good kind of story arc, you know, trying to be good cop, bad cop, and, you know, it's just, he was a good cop, and then he got under the control of Wilson Fisk, and I just knew he was going to die. I'm like, dude, you getting too much screen time. You're going to die. You have to go. Because I'm like, you're getting too much screen time, period. So that was, you know, he was portrayed pretty good. I was wondering if Agent Nadine was going to be a superhero in a sense. I'm like, I don't really know who you are, but you're getting a lot of screen time. So I'm suggesting that you might be a superhero, or, you know, you might be a villain later on. Who knows? But nah, after Bullseye shot him in the head, I was like, yep, you're gone. I knew you were going to go. So you had too much screen time. And I really, really like Daredevil season 3. This was something that was different from every other Marvel Netflix show. That's why they canceled Luke Cage and Iron Fist, which are 2 very boring shows on Netflix related to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And I get it of why they wanted to add those so they can make the Defenders. And Defenders was, I liked it, but the Defenders was so subpar. And the only reason why people was really watching is because of Daredevil. I'm gonna just be real with you, like. So they canceled Luke Cage and Iron Fist. You know, Jessica Jones obviously still there. I know they said they're going to do another Punisher season, which I believe the Punisher is really good. Started off slow, but ended up being really good. Same thing with Daredevil season 3. It kind of started off slow. It dragged just for a couple ticks, you know. But like I said, the only thing that kept me interested in the first 1 or 2 episodes was the action. Like it just was nonstop action. Daredevil fought every episode, and it kept me entertained. So yeah, like I said, this is a 9 out of 10, and I want to see more of Daredevil. Daredevil is, bar none, my favorite Netflix show because it was the first Netflix show that I was watching before Narcos and before Stranger Things. So Daredevil's like the OG of Netflix shows when it comes to my list of Netflix shows, and as usual, they knock it out the park. Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin Wilson Fisk. Yes, that is why I love watching this. So, if you enjoyed my reaction or review to Daredevil Season 3, please like this video and subscribe to my channel and post a comment. It is your boy, D. Dyson. Peace.